what are your expectations towards the stopping of aging? How long from now do you think, just going back to our novel, Foreverness, the idea there is that it's a single treatment that contains all of the possible combination of treatments together. But basically, when you take the pill, you stop aging immediately, right? And then you remain forever after in that age. Obviously, it will not happen like that, but how do you see the possibility of this happening? And how far from now?
Well, for some people, they're already participating in the experiment of biohacking to see how soon we can make this happen. But for the general public, these drugs have to go through regulatory system, and what will happen is you'll start to see them disseminated as immunizations against aging. So they will probably start to visibly be seen as something that you go to the pharmacy for, probably at a younger age in your 20s, to get an injection that will then stop the degrading of the cells over time, because aging is cellular degeneration over time. In order to do all of that, there will probably be a safety level of gene therapies in which you do at certain times of your life, and others that you wait until later in your life. We'll also be combining some amount of pills that chemical reprogramming is now well described, meaning that there are cocktail combinations that you can put into a pill that will cellularly regulate your epigenetics to a young age. And those will be something that you probably pulse, 3 months on and 2 years off in order to stay in a homeostasis. Now, our goal as a company is to be able to do this all by gene therapies so that you could set it and forget it, and you don't have to be dependent on pharmaceutical companies in the long run for your basic anti-aging needs. That once you get an injection, it'll stick with you for decades or a lifetime. But there are different theories on the way to do it. And, I mean, one of the big outcomes of biological aging is stem cell exhaustion. So we can address that somewhat with gene therapy. And in some cases, you might need to have apheresis, which is when you have your blood basically sent through a machine, and it centrifuges out just your stem cells, and then we would genetically modify them to be youthful and have another round of infinite or immortal divisions. Of course, not with cancer, healthy divisions, and then inject them back in your body. And so I imagine it initially look complex until we find the actual switches that are able to keep your cells in homeostasis. And of course, we're rushing for that information now.